it's Pete here, and look what I've got. It's a lovely, lovely Tamiya Wild One kit. But there's more. I've also got this lovely, lovely, possibly even lovelier Tamiya Wild One Blockhead edition. So these are both being bought for me by the man who's become known as the RC Elf. So if you're watching Mr. Elf, thank you ever so much for these. These are fantastic. I couldn't quite decide which one of the Wild One kits that I wanted, and the Elf kindly said I could get both, and well, that's more than generous. It's fantastic work you're doing around the RC communities. So yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I thought it'd be interesting to do a direct comparison between the two kits. This Wild One Blockhead is quite a bit more expensive than the standard edition, although it'd be interesting to see exactly what you're getting for your money. So let's get the boxes open. So very nice presentation with both kits. You've got slightly different graphics with the Blockhead Motors version. You can see straight away that you've got the lovely painted body and the chromed parts in the Blockhead one. Also, they've laid the bits out a bit differently. You can see you've got the uncut out, unpainted body in the standard version. Okay, let's start with the A tree. So obviously this one is red from the standard kit, and this one is silver. Yeah, it looks really nice. The only thing I think about the silver is that when you cut into this, what colour is the plastic underneath? Let's have a look. It's hard to say really. I think it's sort of greyish plastic, so if that does get scratched you won't notice it too much. Now with this parts tree, I don't think you need to use much of this because this is the roof from the FAV, because the kits are so similar they give you the same parts tree. That's from the FAV, and I think that's part of the frame. So that's the servo mount. So I think the difference in colour is mostly going to be noticed on these parts which go on the sides. I'm not sure if any of the other bits actually get seen. Okay, so next we've got the E parts. So this again's got that lovely silver finish. It sort of looks like metal almost. Yeah, very nice. That's the gearbox halves and the suspension arms, front suspension arms. They're the sort of bits that pivot the suspension. And on the original kit, that is in your black plastic. Right, so we've got the G parts, so you've got your driver head there, you've got these lights which you can use on the Blockhead, but it has got those yellow lights, got these side bars, so again all in the silver, looks very nice. And on your original one, got it in the red, so I believe this plastic is very difficult to get paint to stick to, so it's best to leave the helmet red and just sort of maybe put the details of his face in there. And on this kit you do need to use the light here because you haven't got any other ones, and you've got your little sidebars again there. So next we've got the roll cage parts. So on the Blockhead you've got this sort of silvery colour, and on the standard edition you've got the red colour. So the finish of this on the Blockhead one isn't the same as these parts, which is sort of the satin chrome kind of finish, and I think it's because this hasn't been coated. This is actually the colour of the plastic because it's bendy plastic. I think any chrome finish would flake off, or maybe you can't even put it on to this type of plastic. So I think that's just the colour of the plastic, which is a good thing because it won't scratch off. I think that's that colour all the way through. So next you've got the wheels, and on the Blockhead again you've got the sort of satin chromey type finish on those. You can see on these front wheels here actually it's sort of chromed over the top of white plastic, so if that does get scuffed then it's going to be white underneath. And on your standard you've got the white wheels here, so obviously more practical because if these get scratched it's white all the way through, so you're not going to notice. Alright, then we've got the tyres, and both the same, both kits. These are from the Blockhead, these are from the standard edition. Let's give them a quick sniff. Oh, I think the ones from the standard edition are a bit more pungent. Whoa. Anyway, I love the tread pattern on the back ones. They're very aggressive, aren't they? I think they're going to plough through the mud alright. So with the front ones, they've got very deep grooves, but I think they'll do the job. And you've got your chassis tubs in the black plastic, both the same, reasonably rigid. So these parts are only in the Blockhead edition, which are the spotlights, and they're sort of more matte finished than I'd realised actually. Yeah, they look quite nice. So one thing I was going to do with these is to paint the inside of them silver, because if you look inside a spotlight you'd see the reflector obviously, and the ones I've seen where people have done that definitely look better. I feel like I ought to put LEDs in here really because it's a special edition kit, so I'll try and sort that out. So then you've got these boxes with the parts in, and they've got different graphics on the front, but I don't know if they're different within. Okay, so bumpers the same, your servo saver it's the same, so these are the pistons for the shocks which are the same. So A parts, they look the same. You've got that bar that goes to the front for the suspension. You've got your grease, it's part of the front, isn't it? Got bits of the shocks in there, screws, so they are the same. So you've got the motors, which look the same, both Mabushi. I think the wires are longer on these than most kits because of the distance between the motor and the inside of the chassis. The B parts, which are the same. So you've got various things, drive shafts, shock oil, drive boots, pinions, etc. Bag C is the same. Your battery cover, a few other little bits and bobs in there. So your gears are the same, although these look like they're a slightly darker plastic. So and these are the hubs, and these are the same, so everything is the same. So you get the same ESC in both kits, which is this Carson one, which I think is a rebranded Hobby Wing. And I do like these, they're nice and compact, it's sort of easy because you've just got these jumper switches to change between LiPo and the modes and whatever. It's got a Dean style plug, which suits me because my batteries do have these, but it's got this adapter if you use the ones with the Tamiya style plug. Current plan is to build the Blockhead version with the standard motor that's supplied, and if that seems to be a bit too slow, I've got this 15 turn one that I can put in. With the original edition, I'm going to put in this brushless set and see how it goes. I would say I've used this set in quite a lot of kits so far, and it's usually very good, but the last one that I bought was a bit coggy off the start, a little bit jerky when it was sort of starting off. So another one you get for a similar price, this Razor 10 one by Hobby Wing, and I put this in the racing truck that I built recently, and it was nice and smooth off the start, so I might start using these instead of the Absima ones. So these bits are only on the Blockhead edition. You've got this dummy aerial for the back here to make it look old school, and they give you a little flag to put on the top of that. You've got this mesh bits which attach to the side of the roll cage, and you've got this pattern here to show you what shape to cut them into. And you've got these plates which are the racing numbers for the back. You've got a bunch of cable ties to attach the mesh to the side of the roll cage. You've got this Lexan bit, and so these are the lenses for the spotlights. Not sure what these are for. So you've got your aerial tubes here. This is from the standard edition, and this one's from the Blockhead edition. I'd say this one's a bit more wibbly. This one's a bit more wobbly. Go on to the stickers. With the standard one, you get this set of stickers, quite a small sheet. But with the Blockhead, you get this bigger set of stickers here because you've got these pieces that go on the chassis, and you've got these bits for the numbers on the back, which you get these 3 sets of number stickers. Okay, so a big difference with the body shell here. With the Blockhead one, they've cut it out for you, and they've cut out these pieces, which I think generally you wouldn't do with the standard kit. And they've painted it this lovely blue colour, really does look nice. It's not quite as opaque as I'd have done it. I'd have sort of backed it in silver and then black like I usually do, just to make sure it's really opaque, but I think once it's on the car that will be fine. With your standard one, you need to cut it out. You've got the roof up here and the main body part there. I'm wondering whether to do this like a gunmetal grey or something like that rather than the black, just to make it slightly different to the standard. So you've got your driver figures, again with the Blockhead, they've painted it and cut it out for you, and on the standard one they haven't. So one thing they haven't done is to paint the gloves different colours to the rest of the overall, so I might paint them a different colour, and also I might bring the black up a bit further so his hands don't look quite so enormous. So with the instructions, they have done a specific set for the Blockhead version, which I think is really good. If you have a look inside, they have changed it up quite a bit. The first step, apart from doing the battery, is putting the sticker on the chassis, and then this one they're doing the suspension. So in the Blockhead version, they're doing the spotlights here, which are different. Now getting to the body part of the instructions, on the Blockhead one, they're still talking about cutting out the body here and painting it, which obviously you don't need to do because they've done that for you. On the standard edition, they're again talking about cutting it out and painting it. So there's differences with the spotlights here. Then you've got your different stickers here with the Blockhead version. So this is the standard version here. With the Blockhead version, you've got these nets that go on the side of the cockpit, and also the numbers that go at the back, showing you how to attach those here. Now I thought I'd have a look at the value for money of these two kits. So you've got the bits of the Blockhead here and the bits of the Wild One here. I've left out all the bits that are the same in both kits. Now when I ordered this kit, it was £229 and this one was £179. Now that was in September 2021, and since then the Blockhead one has gone up to about £249. So if you're thinking about spending your own hard-earned money on one of these, then you have to look at what you get extra in the Blockhead kit. And what you actually get extra is only really this bag here, which is the signs on the back, and the mesh for the windows and the cable ties and what have you, and the lenses for the lights. and obviously you get these spotlights that you can put the LEDs into. Beyond that, it's all the same bits but different colours, and the fact that you've got the body which is painted. So if you really dislike painting and cutting out body shells, then maybe the extra is worth it for this one. So other than that, you've got your little dummy aerial on the blockhead. But beyond that, you've got the same bits but different colours, and obviously you've got those different stickers as well. So is this worth an extra 70 quid now? Well, if you're a Tamiya fanboy, then of course you want the special edition, and the value for money sort of goes out the window a little bit because you just want the one that looks different. And these blockhead ones do look really nice when they're built. Might have been nice if they'd included the optional metal bumper. So the blockhead's really more one for Tamiya nerds like me. But if you're just after building a classic Tamiya and you don't mind doing the painting and the cutting out of the body, then the original one does give you better value for money. So I think the plan is to build this standard edition one first. Might not be for a few weeks. I've got a few projects I want to get out of the way first, but I shall certainly enjoy this when it happens. Obviously when these do get built, they'll appear on the channel. So that's about it for this video. Please like and comment and all that. Thank you ever so much for watching. Special thanks to the RC Elf for buying these for me. I'll see you next time.